Welcome to Skypodcast. Watch out for a new episode every Saturday. Oh my God, nag-propose siya.
Yeah,
But,
299 peso engagement ring.
dude, I have a friend na yung sa vendo lang na ring. Usually now, when couples pick out their engagement rings, they pick it out together or may picture na yung guy. The guy is always buying luxury cars, left and right. And then, when he finally proposed to her, sobrang liit nung ring. You spend 500 pesos on a burger, but you won't spend like more than 299 on a ring.
Ang pinakamasakit daw sa kanya is why it was posted online.
No matter what opinion I give, meron at meron mag-disagree.
Hello, one and all, and we're back.
Welcome back to another episode.
Oh, the Sky Podcast.
Yes.
Yes. And today's topic is something that ang daming nagtatag sa atin, ang daming nagko-comment that we should be talking about this.
I think last week pa.
And hanggang, I think yesterday, and I told Kryz, sige na, pag-usapan na nga natin.
Yeah. Actually, to be honest, I wasn't so keen on doing this particular topic kasi natatakot ako. Feeling ko lose-lose situation, like no matter what opinion I give, meron at meron mag-disagree.
Yes, I think, yeah, but we cannot live our lives na...
In fear.
na puro na lang,
In fear of the internet.
Yes.
So ano ba talaga tong topic na to, my love?
So the topic is about the 299 peso engagement ring.
Okay.
So-
So magbigay ka ng context sa mga walang kaalam-alam.
So, I've only seen a few snippets of this, and the post, a guy proposed to his girlfriend of 8 years and then binigyan niya ng engagement ring. Engagement ring, upon looking at sa Shopee or Lazada ba yun na, 299 lang pala to.
Nahanap niya sa shopping cart ng boyfriend niya.
Yes.
299 pesos lang pala yung engagement ring.
Yes. And I think this became viral because it was posted on Facebook by the girl. And then, parang sinabi niya, but very anonymous naman yung pagkasabi niya. But, ang daming nagre-react.
Parang she shared na, is it wrong of me to feel that this isn't enough? Tama ba ako or maarte ba ako? Parang she was crowdsourcing if her feelings were valid or not.
Yes.
Yeah.
And the guy naman, parang nag-post din ng response na anonymous na, okay, breadwinner ako, nagtatrabaho ako, I'm feeding my parents, my brothers. Not very specific na yung naalala ko, pero ang pinakamasakit daw sa kanya is why it was posted online. So, maraming mga ganito na mga angulo na kailangan pag-usapan.
Yes.
Yes. So, your opinion.
I was afraid of that. Nas later would say, what's your opinion? Kung ikaw ba nakatanggap ng 299 peso ring, okay lang ba sa'yo?
If ako, nagbigay sa'yo.
To be honest, I'll put it back into context. When you proposed to me, 2018,
Yes.
hindi pa uso yung magpo-post ng engagement ring. Or, siguro kakastart lang.
Meron
started to
meron
post.
na.
But it really wasn't a thing. Engagement rings, yeah, it was a thing, but parang it wasn't something that I really thought of. Because now, I know a lot of girls, especially in my circle, na meron silang requirement for an engagement ring.
Na sinasabi talaga
nila sa boyfriend
this
nila.
This is the cut I want. This is the carrot that I want.
This is the design that I want. This is the minimum requirement for my ring. And to me, hindi ko ma-imagine yung sarili ko na sasabihin ko yun sa'yo. Just
Yes.
because hindi ko personality yun and hindi ko siya napag-isipan talaga at the time.
Yes.
But now, it's so normal. In fact, I just had something with a jewelry brand. And sabi nila, usually now, when couples pick out their engagement rings, they pick it out together or may picture na yung guy. Alam na niya.
Wow.
Specifically, very rare daw yung guy mag-choose. Wala siyang alam what the girl wants, surprise. Rare na daw yun ngayon. Siguro in a certain circle, not all circles.
Wait, so, hindi na siya magiging surprise?
Hindi na siya maging surprise. Or parang sasabihin daw ng girl na, okay, when the time comes that you're gonna propose, this is what I want. Or parang sasabihin niya sa best friend, all these styles. Which I know is true, especially in my circle, because all of our friends do it.
Sa'yo, hindi naman yun, wala ka namang pinili.
Wala akong alam at that point. I was too young and innocent and hindi ko rin in-expect na mag-propose ka na at that time. So, I just wanted to give that backstory so that you guys know my mindset na if you had given me a ring that hindi ko masyadong gusto at that time,
Yeah.
siguro wala, like, I wouldn't really think twice about it because the important thing to me is that, oh my God, nag-propose siya.
Yeah,
But, knowing also, like, siguro fast forward, knowing also, and this is very scary for me to say because again, if I say, okay lang yung 299, what are you talking about? Wala kang alam. You never had to experience that. Kasi sabihin ko naman na hindi siya okay. Ano ka ba? Privileged ka. Wala kang alam. Diba? Lahat may masasabi talaga. Which, I understand. True naman. Wala akong alam sa mga ibang circle. Ang alam ko lang circle ko. So, I feel like, to me, personally, it wouldn't really matter at that time. But, siguro like, now na uso na yung engagement ring and knowing more about jewelry now, then I would be like, wait a minute. Bakit 299 lang? The feeling of the girl, I would feel that too. Because I know that you can afford more than 299. So parang...
Depende. Sa context.
Dahil nga, you're asking me if you gave me that ring. Diba? It's not any other guy. It's you.
Okay.
So,
pero yung binigay ko na ring sa'yo, hindi naman yun super mahal eh.
Yeah, but...
It was even like... so, the ring that I gave Kryz during our engagement was... Hindi siya perfect. Hindi siya malaki. Is it? Like, para sa akin, hindi siya malaki. Hindi siya puting-puti. Because it was passed down from my lola to my mom to ano. So, meron lang siyang emotional significance.
Yes.
But it wasn't like something over the top.
Yes. Which I had no clue about back then. And happy now. Like, just the fact that you brought that ring from your grandma to surprise me, okay na ako dun. But I think...
Tapos, muntik mo pang nawala.
Yeah. I lost it. Almost. In the snow. Very powdery snow. I was like, oh my God, I'm so sorry. I can't believe. Like, this is such a crazy thing that happened. No? Na parang akala natin, di na natin mahanap ever again.
Yes.
A ring that was passed down from generation to generation. At nahulog ko sa snow.
The day after
after he proposed. Ay, what a story to tell. But, yun na nga, parang feeling ko, because I know na, you spend 500 pesos on a burger, but you won't spend like more than 299 on a ring for someone you're proposing to spend the rest of your life with.
Okay.
Siguro, kung ganun yung context, I'll feel bad about it.
So, baguhin natin yung question. Kung siya naman, like, that specific scenario na 299 lang talaga and like, like sinabi ng guy na sakto lang kasi yung pera namin.
Yeah, like honestly, this is what I can afford right now, blah, blah, blah. To me kasi, the ring is just a symbol of your love. And if you love me more than I can ever hope for, or happy na ako, contented na ako sa love mo, ano ba naman yung ring? Ano ba naman yung item na yun? To me personally, I know this isn't the case for a lot of other women.
Really?
So what? I don't care. Yeah.
Hindi mo nalalagay yung value mo dun
Why?
sa...
I know my worth. Bakit ko pa ilalagay sa ring yung worth ko? I mean, if the guy explains to me na, you know, I know this is small or whatever, I don't know. What if he says na, this is really all I can afford right now?
Depende
or
sa
like,
context behind it.
Yeah, or like, I'm saving for something bigger for us. So, whatever.
Wouldn't it be kind of like a red flag na, okay, 299 lang ang binigay ko sa'yo na ring, and what about our marriage? What about our wedding? What about our future? If you can't even afford a ring, how can you like take care of me? Or something like that. Hindi naman
I
take
think
care
that's
of me.
unfair. Yeah, I think
Kasi
that's unfair.
What?
I think that's unfair to say. Kung
Na,
ganun yung
take care of
mindset
me.
na. Oo, kasi pwede naman kayo magtulungan. Pero, hindi ko talaga masabi because wala tayo sa situation na yon. Diba? And people will just say, you don't know what you're talking about. True. I don't know what I'm talking about. I'm not in that situation. But coming from my mindset now, feeling ko talaga it shouldn't matter. Honestly. Ikaw?
Sa akin, I would have a lot of questions. Bakit hanggang ganyan lang? But I would try this is a person that I've been with for 8 years and I would know where he is coming from. Ang daming mga subtleties and context when it comes to why this might be or might not be a big deal. Like for example, alam ko talagang mahal na mahal ko tong tao na to, but alam kong nahihirapan din talaga siya. And nasa akin na yun if tanggapin ko yun o hindi. Yung gift na yun. But it can also be like the straw that broke the camel's back. Like parang matagal na tayo together, you've never done anything, you've always treated me as whatever na hindi ko na-appreciate. And then pagbigay mo ng 299 na ring,
it solidified the fact that I'm not worth it sa'yo.
Yes.
So depende.
So depende talaga. Because I know couples na yung okay na sila na very simple yung lifestyle nila, that the ring is yung mga itim na ring na silicone.
Dude, I have a friend na yung sa vendo lang na ring.
Yeah. Yung
Yun
mga
na yun.
Yeah, and
Okay lang. So, it depende
it really
talaga.
depends on a lot of the context and a lot of the subtleties in every relationship. It may be okay for this kind of relationship, but it might completely be not okay for a different set of relationships. I think if there was a silver lining na makikita natin is that parang baka hindi nila kilala yung isa't isa or just by basing on that reaction, meron silang incompatibility. But of course, I'm kind of like guessing.
It's so hard for us to give an opinion, which is why we were scared to talk about it at first, or I was scared to talk about it. Because nga, parang you're just basing off your entire opinion on one Facebook post.
Oh.
Alam mo yon? Pero
Yes.
yung 8 years of relationship, ang lalim nun. Ang daming mga iba't ibang facets of that relationship na hindi namin gets.
Yes.
Diba?
It could be that the guy is napilitan lang. Okay, propose na lang ako. So, palagi mo nang hinihingi eh. Oh, ito, 299. Pwede rin.
Pwede rin.
Or pwede rin, matagal na akong gustong mag-propose sa'yo, hindi ko lang talaga kaya. Alam kong 8 years na tayo, pero for now, ito lang kaya ko.
But I promise you something more in the future. Who
Oh,
knows?
pwede rin.
We have a friend who, the girl is more well off than the guy. So, meron siyang mga requirements for her engagement ring. So, when the guy finally proposed to her, hindi na-meet yung requirement na yon. Pero she was so happy that the guy proposed, okay lang sa kanya. And then, in the end, parang tinanggap niya and it wasn't a big deal. That's one.
Yes.
Meron din tayong isang friend na the guy is always buying luxury cars left and right.
Yeah.
And then when he finally proposed to her, sobrang liit ng ring. Parang hindi enough for her standards or whatever. So the girl is now thinking, how can you spend so much on yourself but have just this budget for me? So, di ba, alam mo yun, parang iba-iba talaga. So you get the same small ring. Sometimes in your relationship, it could be okay. And sometimes it could not be okay.
Yes. And especially if the guy is buying luxury cars. Pero baka din, depende din kasi. It's so hard to judge people just from looking at it in
From the
one
outside,
slice.
yes.
Like, that's just a small slither of what we can do is think of it in the context of if it were you and me. That would be a deeper understanding because alam na namin yung mga subtleties namin. But just the whole internet judging from that one slice of information that
Ang hirap.
ang daming nuances in each and every one of us, not just as relationships but as people. Ang hirap. Ang hirap. And I think this is kind of like a big thing to talk about also because palagi tayong ganyan, not just in the social media, but tayo din, like, we are able to judge people when we look at them and they dress a certain way or act a certain way. Parang, it might be a good exercise for us. And tayo din, we're guilty of this, but parang, there's more to it than meets the eye.
In short, bawal maging judgy kasi wala tayong alam. Yes, it's true.
Yeah.
But we form so many opinions about everything, but we have to understand also that our opinions are not full kasi we only know a short thing or a small thing about the situation.
I think for this specific topic, that's why the internet is kind of like torn because you're always going to be commenting and your opinions are always going to be coming from
Your own situation.
Your own situation and your own experience. If that were me, am I pro or am I not? But
Parang lahat ng opinions natin tainted by our personal experiences and what we've been through in the past. So iba-iba talaga.
yeah, I think a bigger topic to talk about there is, would it be okay to air your dirty laundry on
Social
on
media.
social media? Or I think this can even encompass not just social media but like in real life. Like for example, nag-aaway tayo. Would it be okay for Kryz to go to her friends and air out all the dirty laundry and then balik sa akin? Like,
Ewan ko kung okay lang sa'yo yun, pero ginagawa ko yun. No, I think what Slater's saying is, parang for him, it's a bigger deal that this was posted on Facebook for the world to kind of comment on when it's a private issue.
Yes.
So Slater hates it when we have an argument or like there's something private between us and then I share it to my friends. But I feel like this is what girls do. We share.
No, I mean, you share it within a certain limit. If you're asking for help and then parang you're stumped for me, okay lang. But if it's like every single thing, every single time may problema tayo, in-air out mo sa mga kabarkada mo,
Alam mo,
whether
si Slater
it's
talaga, ganito,
a
ganyan.
marriage, whether it's a marriage or a boyfriend-girlfriend relationship, parang eventually yung mga kaibigan mo would turn against me, which makes a relationship
Downhill na.
downhill. Kasi parang hindi na sila nagsusupport sa'yo. Pangit mo pala magtrato sa sa kaibigan ko or sa kapatid ko or whatever. But every relationship goes through something. So, dapat pili yung mga sinishare natin outside of the both of us.
For me, like for example, if we're going through something, my best friend knows everything. She knows everything.
Yes.
So for me, okay lang because I don't just tell her like the times when we fight. I also tell her the good things. So parang feeling ko whole yung opinion niya. And sometimes I just need like somebody to tell me if mali ba yung iniisip ko or not.
Yes.
So I feel like that's fine. But I wouldn't crowdsource or post on Facebook or Instagram like, what do you guys think? Slater did this. Tama, mali. Or I wouldn't make a poll online.
No, but with regards naman of like looking at both sides of the coin. Yes, mali siya yung pag air out dirty laundry. We know people that are lahat ng mga Facebook posts nila or yung mga puro parinig or puro alam mo yung context ng away and there's no anonymity. In this case, I feel like the girl was really torn. Asking for help and na-pick up lang talaga and nagiging viral. No?
But that's a scary thing about the internet eh.
Yes.
Like you never really know when something... I mean, when you put it out there, and this is also a lesson for us, right? That I had to learn the hard way. That sometimes your mindset when you're sharing something online is wholesome and it's like, oh, I just want to share this cute photo. But then you don't know who's gonna pick it up because not everybody has that same mindset as you. Diba? So once you put it out there, you can't take it back. Yun na yun. You're feeding it to the wolves. Yeah, I had to learn that the hard way. Syempre tayo, our life is so public. Diba?
Yes. So, diba kasi meron namang mga forums talaga to ask advice from people. I don't want to give any judgment to this because it's so unfair na, for example, sinasabi ko na, you shouldn't be posting these things online. But I don't know the context of the girl na parang,
baka wala siyang friends.
Baka wala siyang mapuntahan. Baka hindi niya masasabi pa sa parents niya kasi he's protecting the guy or whatever.
Or baka inisip rin niya, if I share it with my friends, di my friends know the guy, di mas ma-judge pa yung guy. Share ko na lang online para no one knows him, ganun.
Yes, posible din.
Malay natin.
It's so hard to give like opinions when it comes to this because hindi siya black and white eh. Everything in life, most of the things in life are ang daming subtleties. And
I think to me personally, this is a lesson that I've learned because we put our lives so publicly online and a lot of the times we are misjudged or a lot of the times we are misinterpreted.
Yes.
And because of that, now, personally, I'm scared to judge another person because I know what I see is not exactly what it actually is.
Yes.
So even when, kunyari, may group of friends ako na, kunyari, is having a problem with another friend in the barkada, parang I'm always the annoying friend na ayaw mag-ride sa chismis kasi hinahanapan ko talaga ng butas or like, baka ganito, baka ganyan. So parang now, they don't wanna tell me.
Palaging give them the benefit of the doubt.
But it's because I was a victim of that before. So parang, gets mo? Like,
yes.
Bawal judgy talaga. Ganun na lang. Bawal judgy talaga. Hindi talaga natin malaman kung ano ba talaga yung story.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, di ba palagi ko sinasabi sa'yo when we're talking to our, let's say for example, my employees, I always start with a question.
Yeah.
Why is it like this? Instead of, palagi ka na lang late. Oh, you're late na naman. Bakit?
Yes.
So, not only am I shielding myself from a potential embarrassment na, oy sir, may a good excuse meron sila. I'm
Sir,
also
di naman
like,
ako late yung clock mo yung late. Ganon. Something stupid.
Or sir, yung appointment natin is 9 o'clock, hindi 8:30.
Yeah.
Or something like that. But parang ano siya, mayroon siyang a subtle hint of like, okay, I'm here to listen.
Yes.
And I'm here to listen to your side of the story. And if totoo mang late ka talaga or may mali ka talaga, I'm looking into you to be introspective. So I think
Or more of
that's
like-
kind of like how I like approach things.
Or more of like, how can we fix this problem that we now have instead of going into the problem na, mali ka, wrong ka, i-judge kita dahil mali yung ginawa mo.
Yeah.
Instead of ganun, like attack mode, parang it's more of a collaborative, okay, explain to me what's happening. Okay, maybe we can do this.
Yes.
Ganun, period, tapos, di ba? Yeah. I learned that from you also, love.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because I think before, coming from a family who's very emotional and reactive, it was always like, we form opinions in our head based on what we want. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Like,
Based on what you want to see.
you see what you want to see,
Yes.
basically.
Oo.
So, if I don't like this person and nalilate siya, I'll form an opinion in my head na nalilate siya dahil lazy siya.
It really depends
Diba?
on what you're looking for and the lens that you're looking at it from. I guess but the whole thing of like trying to digest this whole 299 engagement ring issue is there's more to it than meets the eye. If you were to actually talk to the girl, she would have the perfect reason on why that wasn't okay with her and why she felt like that and why she went to Facebook to talk about that. But from a guy's perspective then, I'm sure he's very, very hurt. He's very hurt na he
Napahiya
thought,
din siya.
or baka hindi din natin alam talaga yung totoong intention niya. Or like, ang dami talagang, So, napahiya din siya. I'm sure like, friends and family would kind of like, ina-approach na siya, bakit mo ginawa yun? Parang, meron ding mga ganyan. But, even more than that, there's lot more layers underneath. That's 8 years worth of layers na,
I think talaga, at the end of the day, bawal talaga tayo maging judgy kasi wala tayong alam at the end of the day. And if ever meron naman tayong comment, kailangan constructive siya or magtanong muna tayo, like, eto ba talaga? Tama ba yung understanding ko? Gets? So, yun lang. Bawal tayo judgy. Yun na yung lesson for the day.